Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Metro, Ohio, and thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate that you have taken the time out of your schedule to watch my video. So this is the card that we'll be making today, and before we get into that, just to let you know that my June PDF tutorial features the Irresistible Blooms bundle, and what that is with a $25 online purchase in my Stampin' Up! Online site, and using June's host code, you will receive a email from me that has a PDF tutorial. It features 5 cards, a complete listing of material used to make those cards, and step-by-step directions. So all this information will be at the end of this blog post and under the video. And also in the month of June, Stampin' Up! Has a Designer Series paper sale. So they are featuring select DSPs from the annual catalog at 15% off. And again, there's more information about that at the bottom of my blog. But this is the card that we're going to be working on. And it features the, what is this? Just My Type. I thought I had that stamp set here with me, but I don't. Features the Just My Type stamp set. It's a new set in the annual catalog. So my card base is 5.5 by 8.5 basic white cardstock, and I will have underneath this video, again, it's on my blog, the measurements, the listing for the measurements for this. But it's very simple. This is your standard card size, and then the Azure Afternoon is the 4 by 5 1/4, and then we've just come down another quarter. So if this is 4 by 5 1/4, this is 3 3/4 by 5. So very easy there on how to get those measurements. So let me get a lot of this out of the way. Bring in my mat, and the greeting is the big hello, and that is all one stamp. So no, you don't have to try to line up all of that individually, because that would never happen. So let me ink this up with the Azure Afternoon, and it is a photopolymer stamp set. So I have my Stampin' Pierce mat, and I don't know if you know this, but I've just goobered up my ink pad here. But if you have a solid image stamp, and it doesn't matter if it's a red rubber or if it is a plain clear, if it is clear stamp, when you have a solid image stamp like that, I know when we stamp, we ink our stamp up, straight up and down, so we're not rocking and getting ink where it doesn't belong, and then we go straight down and lift up. When you have a solid image stamp like this, you to make sure you get your ink on there good, but you also want to make sure that when you put this down to stamp, you hold it in place. I am not pushing, smashing, smushing. I am not doing any of that to this stamp. I'm just leaving it in place longer than normal because I want to make sure I get a good transfer of the ink to the paper. There we go. So in case you didn't know that, just a little tip. So there is our hello, and now we're going to come in and stamp this flower with Memento ink. And I want to stamp up a little bit from the bottom. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to, well, look where I think is the center. So I'm going to start stamping these flowers in the center and then just move out from there. Ooh, and this looks like this ink pad needs to be re-inked. And then again, just moving out to the other side. So then what I did was I took my blends and I just colored in the flowers. And what is this? This is my, Lemon Lolly. This is the dark Lemon Lolly. And if you're wondering, like, how did I know to pick Lemon Lolly? What else is there? There's the Azure Afternoon and the Highland Heather. And I have Granny Apple Green, and this is Mossy Meadow. And I have crumb cake in there as a neutral. I used my color chart, color coach, and that's how I figured out what colors I wanted to use on this card. Sometimes I can figure out what colors look good together, and then other times, yeah, it's not so pretty. So it's like, yeah, I know my limitations. So yeah, I use the Stampin' Up color coach. So I know me sitting there watching me color in all this is like extremely boring, and I apologize. But I did not want to stamp a bunch of this up ahead of time. So in a sense, I just wanted to let you see what I'm doing. And again, Stampin' Blends, it's Stampin' Up's alcohol ink markers. I love these markers. I'm not doing any blending or shading with these because it's pretty much just open area stamping. And I know I used 2 different colors just to try to give you a little bit of a color breakdown and difference. That was a little bit harder than I thought. And I think I just went like dark, light. Okay, this is going to be dark because they're not all the same. It's going to be light. This is going to be dark, light, dark, light, and this one's going to be dark. So I didn't keep it with like these tulips are going to get this, and this is going to get this. I just this is my Granny Apple Green. And there's not that much of a difference that you can tell, but just a little bit. Okay. So there we go with that. So I don't know why I kept my mat there. I could have moved that out of the way. So here's my cardstock. Okay, so this is going to go here, but before I do that, this is the sheer ribbon combo. And again, this is the Azure Afternoon. And yes, a lot of card makers will take this and completely loop this around. I don't. I'm going to get all I can out of my ribbon because I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator that has in-person classes. I am not really 100% online girl. My business does not come really from online. It is in-person classes. So you, all of the materials that I use, the consumables, which would be embellishments and ribbon and the designer series paper, things like that, that all gets used at my classes. So I want to get the most I can out of my product, and for my customers to be able to use as much of this product as possible. So that is what I do with my ribbon, is to make sure that it's a little uneven. So let's see if we can pull that down and make it straight. So that's, I try to see how I can stretch my supplies. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to put some just more adhesive where that ribbon is. I'm going to put this onto my Azure Afternoon. Now I have already made a bow, and it's with a glue dot. I'm going to put that on the center. Yep, and I am just attaching this bow to what looks like the center of the card with a glue dot. I'm going to trim up my tails just a little bit. And another trick is I'm going to take a glue dot, and where my ribbon wants to keep flopping around, I'm going to put a glue dot underneath there. That helps hold my ribbon in place. And I did all of that without putting it on my card base, which is going to make it a little wompy here to try to get my adhesive on, especially where that ribbon was. But hey, that's okay. It's real life. It's real life, and you're getting a first-hand look at mine. So there we go. And then what I did was I took my Wink of Stella and I just added that. Make sure I've got some in my brush. I'm just pushing down. See if I can see any of that coming through the barrel. Yep, there it goes. And I know I did, I think the flowers. I'm not really sure what I did on this card. Oh, I did the flowers and the, whatever this is, that I colored in crumb cake. But I'm just putting some Wink of Stella on here. And you could have done this before you added the ribbon. Doesn't really matter. Wink of Stella dries instantly. And as you can tell, I'm not even making sure I color with that I color in the lines. And then here they are. I'm almost out. I have some iridescent pearls. And I am just putting those on the center of the blue flowers. Because they just kind of look like they needed something there. And that's it. Just simple stamping, coloring with your Stampin' Blends. And I just now noticed that is not straight. So let me pull this off. And let's see if I can get this a little bit less cockeyed. There we go. So yeah, there we go. Very simple, very easy card. Using our Stampin' Blends and just embellishing it with some ribbon and some iridescent pearls. So again, thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed today's card and have a wonderful day. Bye.